Hello, welcome back. This is video number 12. After we have learned different types of words in English, it is time to know how these words are put into what is called sentences. So, in this video, we will focus on how native speakers of English put words into what is called sentences. Words are put together following a set of rules, which is called grammar. So, we can define grammar as rules for putting words together to make larger units such as phrases and sentences. So, after we know words, we need to know how to put them together according to rules of grammar. In this video, I am going to show you different types of sentence patterns in English, and I will also show you examples of each type too. So, let's start from simple sentences to compound sentences and complex sentences. Simple sentence, pattern 1. The structure goes like this. You need a subject followed by a verb and a verb in intransitive verb. For example, my dog died. The baby cries. Remember, the verb must be an intransitive verb, meaning that it cannot take an object. Next, simple sentence pattern 2. The structure goes like this. Subject followed by a verb, and the verb is transitive verb. For example, he ate a burger. I like ice cream. Remember, the verb must be a transitive verb, meaning that the verb needs an object. Next, simple sentence pattern 3. The structure goes like this. A subject followed by a verb followed by an indirect object and direct object. For example, the boy gave a dog a bone. Mom tells her baby bedtime stories. He bought me a gift. Remember, the verb in this sentence must be a transitive verb, meaning that the verb needs two objects, direct object and indirect object. Next, simple sentence pattern 4. The structure goes like this. Subject followed by a verb, transitive verb, followed by direct object and an object complement. For example, he slammed the door shut. We chose Jim, the captain. The word shut and the captain in the example are called object complement. They modified the direct object, the door, and Jim. Next, simple sentence pattern 5. The structure goes like this. Subject followed by verb be or a linking verb, followed by a completer, and a completer can be a noun, an adjective, or a place adverb. For example, she is a teacher. She is kind. She is from China. She became a head teacher. She looks confident. A teacher, kind, from China are completer of verb be. Teacher is a noun, kind is an adjective, and from China is a place adverb. In the next example, the head teacher and confident are completer of linking verb became and looks. The head teacher is a noun and confident is an adjective. Well, that's all for simple sentence patterns. Now, we'll move to the next patterns, which is compound sentences. I'll start from compound sentence pattern 1. And the structure goes like this. First, we need an independent clause, followed by a semicolon, and followed by an independent clause. For example, I love dogs. They are my best friend. People have new normal. It is a change of lifestyles. In this example, both clauses are independent clauses. They can stand alone. But in this sentence, they are joined by a semicolon. Now, we move to the next pattern of compound sentence. So, compound sentence pattern number 2. The structure goes like this. We need an independent clause plus a coordinating conjunction plus an independent clause. Very similar to the first pattern, but the only difference is we need a conjunction. For example, she ate a pizza and he ate salad. She got an A in English, so we had a party. Both clauses in the sentence examples are independent clauses. They can stand alone again, but in this sentence pattern, they are joined by a conjunction. The next compound sentence pattern is compound sentence pattern number 3. The structure goes like this. First, independent clause plus conjunctive adverb plus independent clause. For example, I don't like math. However, I know it's important. We went for a shopping. After that, we watched a movie. Both clauses in this example are independent clauses. They can stand alone again, but in this sentence, they are joined by a conjunctive adverb. Okay, that's all for compound sentence. Next, we will move to complex sentence patterns. Complex sentence pattern number 1. The structure goes like this. Independent clause plus subordinating conjunction plus a dependent clause. For example, Jim has been very upset because he failed his grammar test. George cancelled his flight since the weather was very bad. The clause before the conjunction is an independent clause, and the one that comes after the conjunction is a dependent clause. Next, we move to complex sentence pattern 2. The structure goes like this. A subordinating conjunction comes first, followed by an independent clause, and followed by a dependent clause. For example, because he failed his grammar test, Jim has been very upset. Since we didn't have enough time, we decided to cut some our destinations. Although Sarah works very carefully, her boss still can find mistakes. We can change complex sentence pattern 1 a little bit to make the complex sentence number 2. We do this by placing the conjunction and the dependent clause first, and we come up with the second pattern. Okay, now we have come to the last sentence pattern, which is compound complex sentences. And only one pattern I'm going to tell you. The structure goes like this. Independent clause followed by a coordinating conjunction and followed by complex sentence. For example, he loves parties, but he won't go to this one because he is ill. They plan to get married and they arrange the best place where they can have the biggest party. The clause in front of the conjunction is an independent clause. The one that follows the conjunction is a complex sentence. Well, we have looked at some sentence structures and have seen how words are used in each pattern. It is important that when you say or write sentences, you have to put words in correct order and you have to care about tenses and other helping verbs that you have learned in our previous videos. You can also put adverbs, which you have learned in the previous video too. Most importantly, you must practice regularly. English is skill. So, you have to believe in one philosophy. Practice makes perfect. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you learn a lot about English from this fundamental class. Thank you again, and goodbye.